I won't be discussing this alone. With me here in the studio is Charles Fakroa, iBrandTV's senior analyst. Good morning, Charles.
Morning, Dapo.
Yes, thank you very much for joining. Thank you very for joining us on the show today. We'll start with the first topic now, and the first story around the MPR, hiking it by 100 basis points to 16.5. Did you see this coming?
Well, I must tell you that I didn't see this coming. I expected that at least maybe it would have been done by maybe 50 basis points. You know, looking at the inflation figures that just came out, we're talking about almost 21.09%. You know, and looking at what is going on in the country now, the energy cost and all that, you know, increasing the MPRO, but that is the fourth time in the year now.
Yes.
100 basis point, of course. Well, it has its positive side. It also has its negative side. Cost of fund is going to increase right now, and of course, with inflation, of course, we're going to expect more increase in prices of food and, of course, basic things that the ordinary Nigerians will need, especially energy costs. Again, it's going to affect our industries.
Yeah.
That will be the banks will now have to reassess the loans they have given out to SMEs, particularly. Cost of funds will increase, and these SMEs are already bedeviled with so many issues. Now, this is also going to hard to read. But I'm happy that the CBN governor also reminded Nigerians that we should brace up for the increase in food prices in the coming months and years, you know. And also, we are approaching an election year, so we expect a lot of spending. So, and of course, thank God that they're going to redesign the Naira, and of course, that will also kind of caution some of the politicians who might have kept a lot of cash in their house. So, well, I think, this is one aspect of trying to maintain the economy in terms of price stability. The other part of managing the economy, the fiscal part, which is where the government comes in, we're not really saying that.
Well, many argue that this will be the fourth time, and from 13 to 14% in May, then from 14% to 15.5% in July. Now, now we are doing it again now to rein in inflation. But still, we've noticed that during the period, the inflation has not slowed down. Then what's the purpose?
Yes, I was one of those analysts who are really against the CBN governor when it comes to, and I even gave him a name, what they use in monetary jargons, you know, inflation hawk. These are policy people who just keep increasing rates to meet up inflation. That is not the only method they use to fight inflation. There are other things you need to do. Like I said, the fiscal part, your productive economy, we need to start producing. Because what we're having now is mostly cost push inflation, not even demand push, because of course the disposable income of most Nigerians have gone down. What they used to buy before, they can no longer buy it. So you cannot say we have so much money, you know, chasing fewer goods. No, what we have now is cost push inflation. So it's a problem which we just have to brace up. And well, thank God, he said they're going to release some of the strategic grain reserve.
Yeah, we'll come back to that.
Maybe
we'll come back to that. Let's go to the second
kind
story.
Of palliative to
let's go to the second story about the Naira redesign. President Manu Buhari is currently unveiling the notes, as we've learned. So what's your take on this Naira redesign?
Yes, you know, when this announcement first came, you know, analysts like us who applauded the CBN governor, but there were some issues. If a whole Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning and telling us that she's not aware, she only got to know via the media, I felt that was a little bit of an indictment on the government itself, because it's supposed to be a teamwork. And whatever thing the CBN is doing, I mean, the Minister of Finance should be aware. But anyway, we have passed that down, and yes, it is the duty of central bank all over the world to once in a while, I think maybe every 7 or 8 years, to redesign their currency. That is accepted. In fact, the CBN Act even provides for that. And of course, we need to understand the purpose behind this redesigning. You know, just for redesigning sake.
Yes.
But of course, to be ahead of counterfeiters, at the same time, to also check money laundering and all that. I have the opinion as at that time that it was too early. I mean, it was too late. This government should have done this last year, or even before last year. In fact, in 2019.
Let's look at the target between now and January. That's when the phase out should be completed.
Yes.
Do you think it's something that can be achieved?
Yes, I think it is something that can be achieved, because before now, most Nigerians have adopted the cashless policy. I can't remember when last I even went to any banking hall. Everything has been done via phone, and of course, you can go to your ATM. Even payments, in fact, there are some local traders. After you transact with them, you want to pay, you do transfer. So yes, and I don't see a reason why people should have so much cash in there, if not for ulterior purposes. So I think it's good. The time frame is not that bad. We can achieve it. We'll just encourage CBN to continue what they are doing. Now, the president unveiling redesign today, I think it's a good one. Everybody involved should support CBN, and let's see, if you have excess cash in your vault, please take them to your nearest bank, so that and of course, they're even given that they are working on weekends.
Yes.
So there's enough time for anybody that has excess cash to return back to their banks.
That's a very good one. Now let's look at the strategic grain reserve. Although you've mentioned it before, now let's look at it. They said so many farmers have lost a lot to the floods. Now they are releasing from the strategic grain reserve. What's your take on this in like 30 seconds?
Yes, the strategic grain reserve is there to cushion when we have these kind of issues, and I'm happy the CBN are saying for the past 3 years they've not done that.
Yes.
So now coming to do it now is good. It's going to cushion some of the adverse effects we are going to be experiencing, and I just pray and believe that the farmers will make use of it very well. And of course, with them also supporting the dry season farming, is going to really alleviate and reduce the high price of food items, which we're already bracing up to face in the coming months.
That's a very good one. Then let's move to the oil and gas sector. In the last 21 years, we've raked in around $741.48 billion. What's your thought on this?
They say $1 billion.
$1 billion, thank you,
so
in 21 years.
Yes, again, I don't want to sound or to be in politics as an analyst. Yes, we must give kudos to the former president Olusegun Obasanjo for having that initiative to set up that meeting.
Let's hold it there. We'll continue this conversation here now. We'll go on a short commercial break. When we come back, we shall wrap this segment up. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, I'm still here with Charles Fakora, iBrandTV's senior analyst. You were making a point about the Nigerian oil and gas sector that has raked in around $741.48 billion in the last 21 years. Please land on that thought.
Yeah, like I said, without sounding being political, we must commend the former president Olusegun Obasanjo for establishing NAITI. It has shown that yes, we can track activities in the oil and gas industry. However, whether they have met their objective or not, that's a different ballgame. But at least there is an agency that is tracking and seeing that, yeah, this is what we have earned. And of course, trying to also know the amount of oil we are producing, and because we need to track it so that we know whether of course, we know what happened recently, the oil theft and all that. And I was going to even to ask, where is NAITI? And maybe we are going to be waiting for their report. But I think it is very good for we to have an agency like that to continue to track and see what we are doing, so that if we are doing something wrong, we are not going to the right path, NAITI will let us know, and of course we can begin to see how we can change and improve for the better.
Well, on the transparency front, this is a very welcome development.
Yes.
So we thank Charles Fakroha, iBrandTV's senior analyst, for always sharing his insights with us. Still to come, the all-share index increased by 0.59% to close at 4,929.33 points on Tuesday. In the same vein, the market capitalization appreciated by 145 billion. We shall be looking at these and more when we come back from this break.